What's going on, you cockroach colonoscopies? Before we endure this unendurable experience, I know what you guys are thinking. Why is there just a levitating head and elevated arms on my screen? Where is the middle quadrant of his body? Did you guys get the joke? It's because I'm coated in camouflage. My mom dropped me as a child. So in today's episode of Subway Surfing Through a Subreddit, we're going to look at r/nicegirls. Now, believe it or not, nice guys are actually not that similar to nice girls. They don't really have corresponding characteristics. As mentioned in the nice guys video, nice guys don't really need an introduction. They go straight to the outro. But with nice girls, they really flex their true colors right off the bat. But before we discover that rainbow, today's like target is 100,000 likes. Now you might be thinking, Ahmed, there is no way on earth you think you're going to achieve 100,000 likes. But I also have 10 cocoa melons in my basement. So for every 10,000 likes, I will free a cocoa melon from my basement. So I guess it's your call. Don't like the video.
Please leave a like on the video.
That's Melissa, by the way. Yeah, what a pity. She was such a nice girl. Speaking of nice girls, let's see if this first nice girl convo is nice. I honestly don't understand why you can't just give us a chance. You keep pushing me away, and all I want to do is love you. You quite literally just told me your family are members of the K to the power of 3 and would try to lynch me if I ever met them. I was only joking. I'm sorry, it's dark humor. Literally. Oh. That's not. My family is racist, and I was growing up, but I've changed. If I was racist, I wouldn't want to date you. This is all coming out wrong. Can you please answer the phone? I can explain everything. Please. Okay, sure. Maybe when I was marinating, I would take out the top and the bottom part of the Oreo just so I could only eat the white part. But I promise I'm not racist. Now, obviously, if somebody respiratizes in an environment where people have segregational ideas, that's not ideal, especially if you're trying to cross-pollinate. If you're trying to go for somebody who has a different complexion, and you grew up in an environment where those people are anti-complexion, it's not looking great. But because of the wordage that she's whipping out and even the jokes that she's clearly made with him, yeah, I do not believe her one bit. She was definitely planted somewhere in the background in that Nico Omalana video. Yeah, you're insane. Wow, if that's how you truly feel about me, then okay, Eddie, but just know that I love you and I would do anything for you. Why is she speaking like she's in the outro of Avengers Endgame? I genuinely feel like she's disintegrating as she's texting that text. I promise Marvel is not casting you. I love you, and I would do anything for you. You just met me last week. Now I think we need to seriously talk about a more seriouser topic. I need to have a conversation with this man. In 7 days, he achieved this. He made this pair of X chromosomes who sprouted in a family that puts igloos on top of their head. Not only not believe in their ideologies, but fall for him. I don't think you understand the amount of game you have to take somebody who's stuck in light mode and believes only in light mode to like dark mode. We're already off to a very nice start. But with this one, let's see if things get nicer. I'm not sure about seeing you again. All right, good night. Wow, that's it? Seriously. Okay, now I realize that was a huge mistake. How rude! Question mark. Grow up. You just made me mad, and I never get mad. You just made me an angry bird, and I never fling myself across the city to hit the pigs. You made me so mad I unlocked the angry emotion. You are not an inside out. You are inside out. But she's not done. Her sympathy sympathizes in and she comes back and says, sorry for being rude. I was not feeling good. Now naturally this guy seems to be pretty fed up, so he just leaves her in there with oxygen. But then she comes back again and says, duty be immature and ignore me? I can get any guy I want. I duty need you. Okay, maybe that's true, but you duty need to finish the installation process on Grammarly. Don't leave it hanging. Please finish it. My uncle is the old governor here and worked for the embassy. My family has power. You are nothing. Goodbye. Why do all of these unnice individuals speak like they're in Jujutsu Kaisen? I love the way she describes her uncle just because he was this old gourmet dish in their city. Like she makes it sound like just because he was in the embassy, he can just walk around and just sprout his phalanges open and just swarm anybody he wants up. My family has power. You are nothing. People just end up in his armpit. But she doesn't actually goodbye the way we would normally goodbye. Instead, she comes back and ungoodbyes the goodbye and says, so don't come back to blank. So now she's telling him that if he dares to airdrop in her city ever again, she'll call her old gourmet uncle dish and he'll swarm that brother up. That was pretty horrifying. Let's see if it gets horrifinger. Wow, your hair has really grown out. 10 months will do that, I suppose. Haha. And good morning. Stayed up hella late. Night owl are we? Okay, I already know that he's not the villain in the scenario, just based off of the jolliness he's jolly being. But this actually might be the final father figure joke bob boss. Stayed up very late? You must be a night owl. Don't get it twisted, some dad jokes are acceptable, but this was basically the equivalent of dabbing in 2025. Now, even though he intros this convo in a very introisting manner, her response is just not responsible. Night owl are we? Kinda. Sometimes I just like to clean alone. Oh, thanks for flexing your janitorial services on us. We didn't know you provided that. Yeah, it has. Grows pretty fast. How you doing? Nothing wrong with cleaning alone. I do it a lot myself. Put on some mellow music and just deep clean. And I'm doing good. Currently at work till about 4. How about you? Now you might be thinking, Ahmed, that seemed like a pretty responsible answer. Well, here's where things get unresponsible. Can I ask why you said nothing wrong with cleaning alone? Wait a minute. Are you saying that I don't provide janitorial services with the gang? Look, I know it's deep cleaning, but I promise it was never that deep. You're making it sound like you're going to war with Clorox. But this guy is a pretty nice guy. Actually, he seems like a medium rare guy. Okay, now that makes it sound like you can find him at Fogo de Chao. I didn't mean to give him steak pronouns. But he says, because there's nothing wrong with cleaning alone, I'm not sure what you're asking. I didn't mean anything by it if that's what you're getting at. Just my way of saying, oh, that's cool, without sounding somewhat boring. I have a think about people just saying stuff, lol. And I also have a think about people not spelling stuff. I read very literal most times, and it just is icky. Like you were giving me the go-ahead in your mind. Makes me think. I didn't ask to be judged, lol. Do I look like an episode of Suits? Are we in court? How dare you sentence me to cleaning solo? Who do you think you are? Better Clean Saul? But she doesn't stop there. She has to sip from the final straw. Be boring. Say less and what you mean. Oh, I promise I'm not judging you. It's just how I talk. I like using long sentences and meanings like that. That's just me. I didn't mean anything by it, I promise. I'm not worried that you are. I'm saying, G, your words have meaning. Did y'all notice how she left a random G as a refugee in that sentence? I don't like that. Can you give them a relationship as well? Can they collab with other letters? Because it just doesn't make sense existing alone. Like they aren't just filler. I just don't like it. That's all. This isn't even passive aggressive. She's just aggressively aggressive. Gotcha. I can be a bit wordy sometimes, but I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Just want to make sure I'm not making things awkward. It's not even the amount of words. Yeah, and it's not even the amount of misspellings. It's just they have meaning. I'm not too fond of anyone who just does or say things without a reason. How are you going to be this wordable about words when you're not able to word properly? But finally, he nails the nail in the coffin. All right then, I'm not sure this conversation is going anywhere. You say to just be me, say what I mean, and I am. But you're reading too hard and too deep into my words, looking for a meaning that's not there. I'm trying to talk here, but I have to rethink literally every message I send, hoping there's no way it can be read astray. Thanks for your time. I'll leave you be. It obviously makes sense that he took her to the end screen, but the thing is, she didn't stay at the end screen. She added more to the video. Or maybe just say what you mean. I'm sure you'll find a mindless pretty lady who will fit your fancy. Big shout out to this guy, because he just avoided a relationship with Merriam-Webster. This might actually be one of the most fascinating pairs of breathing X chromosomes. She wants a Shakespearean relationship. It's either that or she just wants a relationship where the sentences don't have words that sync with each other. When he's at home, he has to strictly speak in keywords. I would genuinely feel devastated for the guy if he synced with this hypothetical human being. Imagine he does something nice for her, like he just makes her a sandwich. Me sandwich maked you. And even then she's not satisfied. I already told you, me is a filler word. You're giving me the icky. Now you know what they say, when things get worst, they can only get worst. The next one is, what you like to do in your free time? Where are you from? She never got a response, so she decided to respond to her own response. Honestly, I'm laying here thinking, what's the point? Thank you for specifying that you're laying there. Can we also understand what you're doing while you're laying there? Are you making snow angels or are you just a stop motion starfish? Nobody wants a girlfriend anymore. Makes me sad because I don't know why nobody wants a relationship. It's weird. I'm not sure if you're the same way, but it just sucks being taken for granted all the time. I'm so nice and hot and I just get taken for granted. I'm not even hot. I'm the boiling point and people just don't seem to cook with me. Why? Maybe if you stop having conversations with yourself in other people's inboxes, you might actually be able to pee in another pod. I kind of do feel bad for her, but I guess that's also her goal because she does seem like a very pickable individual. Maybe because I relate, because I'm also super attractive and nobody seems to select me. I don't understand why. The worst part is the guy never responded. He just screenshotted her and deported her to the subreddit. Gotta feel a little bit, you know? But enough with the sympathizing. Let's move on to the next one. Hey! With the Snapchat logo. Hey, I had a great time getting to know you, but I feel like we're not quite the right match. I think you're awesome, and I wanted to be upfront, so we're both on the same page. Wishing you the best. Honestly, you were shorter than me, so I agree, haha. Way to lie about your height, short king energy. I love how she says this even though she gave him salutations like literally 20 seconds ago. Wow, speaking of the devil, I just said hi to you and it seemed like I did have some interest in you, but you vacuumed exactly what was in my nucleus. I mean, I saw you and I thought, no, I can't be with this Mario Kart obstacle. You just look like an exponent next to me. And I feel like I would lose you too much around the house. Like I would have to whip out the microscope every time I would want to locate you again. And obviously I don't want to risk my kids looking like tadpoles. So I agree. But she's not done base boosting herself. She continues to add base. Clearly I'm like way more attractive than you. And honestly, you didn't ask me any questions about myself. You just talked and talked. Like I thought the whole point was to get to know each other. Haha. Maybe don't lie about your height on your profile. That would be good. Lol. Now obviously if he didn't coordinate his proper coordinates, that wouldn't be very cool-donate of him. But this reaction just makes it seem like she's sinking in sodium. She is super salty. So far, I think everything has been pretty nice. So let's see if they get nicer. Hey, what are you doing this Saturday? I saw this new cool Korean barbecue place in the inner city on TikTok. And I know you said you like K-BBQ, so I was wondering if you wanted to try it out. Let me know. Hope your day off has been good. Not really interested anymore. Seems like you aren't available for me. I need someone with emotional availability, and I don't think you're that person. No offense, just don't think it's gonna work out. Really? Because I feel like the fact that he's arranging a meeting between the two of you based on the things that you like shows that, oh, you're right, actually. It doesn't display that he's emotionally available. It displays that he's emotionally vacant. So it doesn't really seem like an issue with emotional scheduling. So what could the issue be? Did I do something wrong? I thought we had a great time on Friday and you said you wanted to go on another date. So I'm just wondering, what has changed? You didn't get back to me for 2 hours. What am I just meant to wait by my phone for you to text me back? Also, who takes restaurant recommendations from TikTok? Seriously? Grow up. Believe it or not, the best sustenance recommendations are from that lip syncing app. Now, obviously, as someone who's originated from that lip syncing app, I'm going to have some bias induced, but sometimes I really shock my family members with the places that I take them to. And that's not down to me. That's down to that Rolex app. Do you understand the look my gene mutuals give me when I take them to a place that looks like it's straight out of Narnia? I give zero credit to TikTok, but trust me, if it wasn't for TikTok, my relationship with my family would TikTok. Now look, you guys are not properly synced. You're still getting to know each other. So even if he takes 2 hours to get back to you, I don't think that means that he's just completely displaced you out of his mind. But how are you going to tell him to grow up and marinate further when you're behaving like a cocoa melon? Genuinely, it's actually cuckoo melon. But he has a justification and he says, I was at my parents' house for lunch, like I told you yesterday. I'm sorry for not responding, but I was busy. Whatever. If you take 2 hours to respond to me every time is want to talk to you, I'm not doing it. It's ridiculous and makes me feel worthless. Look, I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. It was not my intention, but like I said, I was busy and so I can't text you all the time every day. I have a demanding job and see my family quite a bit. I wouldn't expect you to be available for me 24/7. That's what a relationship is. Being available for each other when we need it. If you are ignoring me, then I don't want a piece of it. You're right. You shouldn't want a piece of it, but you might want a piece of the dictionary. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Good luck finding a girl that's gonna put up with you. Are you serious? I'm blocking you. Do not contact me again. I do not want to hear from you. Okay, bye loser. Good luck finding a woman that is interested in whatever twisted game you're playing and gets his personality from TikTok. You know, I thought you were different, but clearly you do not respect women or my time. You have led me on and made me believe you are a decent guy when you're really not. I never want to hear from you again. Your actions have shown me who you truly are. I'm reporting your Hinge account and I hope you get banned. Thanks for showing me your true colors. You Dr. Doofenshmirtz type beat. I really thought you were going to be tasty, but after nibbling at you for so long, I realized that you're completely sponsored by a lip syncing app and that you left me undelivered for 2 hours so you would like to see me disintegrate. I genuinely think this individual needs to drink a melatonin smoothie. So last, but has a super high chance of being least, we have don't need this negativity right now. You blocked me, but negative? You built the Great Wall of China between us, but I'm the neuron? You blocked me, but you expected what? Rainbows? Absolute weirdo. I don't need your negativity at any time, by the way. Thank you. Did me a favor. You are the negative one, by the way. She is definitely the neuron. The thing is, he outros this conversation with one of the most beautiful sentences. Is irony lost on you? I think it's fair to say she's iron deficient. I think that was a pretty nice way to end a pretty unnice video. With that being said, if you did enjoy this video, take my hand. let's walk together to the nearest mental asylum. If you're new to the channel and you're genuinely terrified by what you've just witnessed, how about you subscribe? Because I have this fascinating goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers by the end of January 2025. Is it possible? Possibly not. But you know what they say, shoot for the thief. Because even if you miss, you might hit a random grandma who owns a bakery.